that I don't know, I feel uncertain, I might drop a location then, but just to share my location all the time, that just seems unhealthy to me.
Yeah.
So,
And let's really dig a little deeper into
Okay.
why we need to do that.
Okay.
so
Yeah.
for me with just that location thing, you know, with me and my wife and the kids, we always share we share our locations, but
Well, I
I
share my
think it's
location with you
different.
too. So
Yeah, I think it's different with me and my wife though, because we've been together for a long time. It's not a trust thing. It's
Yeah.
really more of a, you
right.
know, because
Safety.
the way we communicate, sometimes with my work schedule, her work schedule, it's more so for me with her. Like I don't really think she do that with me, but she'd work like 40 minutes away. So sometimes I just grab my phone, check her location, make sure she made it to work safe, that kind of thing. But
Mhm.
but I
Man.
want to get to what we was talking about on the
Yeah,
video
we said his
because
name too many times, and now he's here with the
Classic.
but
bull.
Classic.
with the video, what the woman was talking about, I'm a
Yeah.
little confused because she was kind of vague in like the type of woman that can't get a man. So I'm just gonna go off what your interpretation was, listen, about like a woman who's built herself up, things like that. And I kind of touched on this last episode I was on. I think it's easier to stay together if you get together young, just because you each have room to grow. So it's certain things like you don't know, like at that time, and I also talk about what you said, Norris. You don't really know your non-negotiable, so you learn it. And so if you look at the marriages that last, a lot of times, especially like you consider our parents, aunties, uncles, a lot of them they got married in their 20s, and they've been together for a long time because they grew together. I think it's harder when you said when you don't like let's just assume you going to college, you got a great career, and you wasn't really in a serious relationship until you got like 28, 29, 30 years old. Well, now you've kind of set in your ways. So you have
Mhm.
more non-negotiables. It's like it's certain things that off rip you ain't gonna tolerate because you in the back of your mind, I can do this on my own. I don't really need you, and that can go men and women. So, but like I said, going back to the video, I don't really know what she was talking about because being smart, beautiful, charismatic, that don't necessarily mean you got your stuff together. You know, you can have those traits at 16 years old. So and me personally, I like a girl with some charisma. I like a girl to be smart. I want to be able to be with a woman. I mean, if you're attracted to a
Because you're
woman,
not a
you're gonna do
manipulator.
what you do when you first meet them.
What you said, listen.
I said because you're not a manipulator. That's why
But she was a
you're
little
not
vague
playing them
on,
games.
but it's a like her description of this woman. It was a little vague. Those are some characteristics that you can have whether you ain't got nothing going on or you can be really successful.
True.
So that was kind of her description was kind of vague.
I think a
So I'll
lot
let y'all go.
I think a lot of these topics that we hear before I let Classic go in, I think a lot of these topics that we hear from these women, it's them speaking to us out loud. That lady is sitting in that chair wondering, how am I still single? How am I not the catch? How do I keep getting passed up? Most of the time, when you really hear people, they telling you like, I can't believe I'm beautiful. I think I'm a 10. I'm charismatic. I got my stuff together. She's really telling you like, I keep getting chose over, and she's trying to find the answer now. So everywhere she goes, she's going to talk about that topic. That's my
Damn.
Well, until she changed her mindset and quit thinking she wasn't chosen. First of all,
yeah.
baby girl, no ma'am. That you got to let go of that mindset. But I don't know if that's the mindset she's thinking of because that ain't never came out of my mouth.
But
I
these
ain't never been
bitches is
like, well,
single.
why I ain't
Most
no.
of these bitches are single though. Most of these
Absolutely.
bitches by themselves, boy. Hey, boy, it's a smorgasbord out here for the single player out here. It's a smorgasbord. I'm trying to tell you, it's a smorgasbord. Because these bitches are single. I'm talking about these bitches are at home alone.
But as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, they're choosing to
Yeah.
be alone.
But you know what I think it is, Listen, and before
Man, you know what it is?
and then Classic, I'm gonna let you jump in here. You know the analogy I give the men today.
Ain't no shit.
I think have y'all ever had
I
a
don't know
lemon
about that.
car, like a buy here, pay here car? Y'all ever had one of those in your life?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so just none of y'all never had a bougie people on here. Okay.
I ain't never had a lemon. I know what you're talking about though.
Okay. Hey, look at y'all. Ooh, I did that. Started off with one of those in the military. So I always think about it that way. Like as a man, you get that lemon, right? And you putting so much into it. It's breaking down. You putting new parts on it. You improving it. You think because if you keep the oil change, it ain't gonna stop on you, and it just keeps breaking down on you no matter what work you put into it. That's what I think those 10s are. And then a man finally gets enough money, get his credit up, and he's able to go to that new lot that allows you to bring your car back every 10,000 miles to get a free oil change. They give you coffee when you walk in the lobby. They do all these nice things for you. That's that 6, 7, and 8 that we talking about in women. That person who knows that they're lacking some things, right? Because if y'all think about a car salesman can see your bad credit, but they'll put you in something new. It's just not what you asked for. They'll put you in a Kia Forte before you can get the Kia Sorento. So, but they make you feel good, right? Because now you're in a new car, you got the new smell, there's 0 miles on it, you getting all the upkeep, all the maintenance for up to 100,000 miles. That's what the 6, 7s, and 8s are for men today. We're looking for the person who I'm no longer finna keep putting all this money into that 10 because that Mercedes that was a lemon looked great. The interior was beautiful. The car looked amazing when I pull up to the club. She's eye candy on my arm.
Well, see, that's the problem. You got to stop going to the used car lot for the Mercedes. You got to go to the real place for the Mercedes.
But most women are used.
Most men are used.
It ain't the same.
Go, cuz. I'm gonna let you go.
You're not gonna do that.
Hey, it's just
when that dugout wore out, boys. Over.
April,
that dugout wore out, boys.
Some men don't want an already made woman. The man isn't needed financially or for stability.
He can't easily control and manipulate her.
I didn't see that a woman that doesn't necessarily needs a man financially or stability is not attractive.
For me,
what I mean by
a man shouldn't have to mold me into anything.
Before class go on,
you just a perfect puzzle piece, huh?
I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but you're gonna
ain't no molding.
But this is why Classic's doing the women's panel, y'all. He's trying to let women be able to speak without men giving their opinion. So April, Lissa, all y'all women who want to be able to speak,
I'm down. I'll do it. I have no problem.
I put that plug in there for you.
For sure. I appreciate it.
As the 40 plus, beautiful, fine, attractive, very educated woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you.
I'm not here asking nobody to take
I know you. We know you. Just another day on the internet. All the women single and perfect. Single and perfect.
I did not say I was
not you, the woman in the video. Oh, I'm beautiful, I'm charming, I'm charismatic, I'm this, I'm that. I don't have no man, I just don't know. Men just might not be attractive. No. You don't have a problem getting a man. Most women alive with a pulse, even on my 600-pound life, don't have a problem getting a man. Women have sustainability issues. Most women can't keep a man. And because they don't acknowledge the fact that because the same dude that you said wasn't good enough, he moved on and got a wife. We definitely will. Every time a woman be like, oh, my ex is this, my ex is that, your ex will move on and get a wife and start a family and have kids in a house and everything. And you still talking about
my exes on here and they will not say those things about me.
Then that means you've been choosing bad a long time.
I haven't been. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna call my exes bad. I'm not, because I'm not here to bash them either. But have I made some choices that was not from an emotionally healed situation? Absolutely. But a relationship requires two emotionally safe people, not just a female.
I've heard this 1 million times over. I've heard this 1 million times over. It's a situation where the woman doesn't understand.
Where did everybody go?
why he's making this a me versus you thing, and I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Let's do this.
It's a situation where the women have sustainability issues, and it's always the man's fault. And so, because of the fact that they always think it's the man's fault, they don't fix their own issues, and then they have sustainability issues forever. That woman that just was on that video, she's gonna get older and older and older, and her results are not gonna change until she looks at herself.
So I can't sit here and put that on all women. Maybe there are some women like that, but when you get to a reflective approach, that's because you have done work, and that just comes with growth and age and maturity. Like, and that's going to be on both sides, because I've had exes who come back and say, you know what, I've done some things that wasn't right. I had some time to think back on it, and I've done some things, and some of the choices I made was not right. And I think all of my exes will say, yeah, I fumbled, I messed up. But I can also look at my relationships and say, you know what, I didn't do some things right either. And that comes with emotional maturity. That doesn't happen overnight.
I'm not even gonna combat nothing you said, because you're speaking from your personal experiences. So I can't combat your experiences. All I could say is, at some point, all women that are in a certain situation that actually want love, they want a companion, not the ones that are saying they don't need it and they're fine without it, but the ones who actually desire it and they do claim that they need it. For those women who are not having success, at some point they have to ask themselves, if I'm this perfect catch that I keep describing myself as, why haven't I been caught? I don't know any catches that nobody's trying to catch. I've never heard of such a thing.
Okay, so I'm going to agree a little bit with what you're saying, but disagree with why am I not a catch? That ain't never crossed my mind. But I will agree that I did come to a point, and I'm just speaking for me personally, I did come to a point where I had to look back on the choices I made. So I will agree with that. I will 100% agree, because I think you said something like, oh, well, those were your bad choices. I'm not going to really just say they were bad choices, but I will agree that maybe, there were some situations I put myself in that I probably should have made some better choices. I will agree with that. But I ain't never asked why I ain't got caught.
Well, it's linear, right? So when I hear a woman say that her exes are married and have children, then that lets me know she knows how to pick a decent man, but she's fumbling or was fumbling earlier in her life. If a woman says my exes are still out here in these streets running around, then that tells me that said woman was choosing the wrong type of men earlier in her life. But either way, it's one of those situations where, regardless, our experiences tell about where we were at that time. You know what I mean? I just think that some women don't understand why they have become unsatisfiable. Like, if a woman says to me, it takes two, and it's the man, like you just said, sometimes it could be the man's fault. It takes two and all of that, right? Okay, well, why is there always something wrong? Like, I speak to all my exes whenever I, want to. I'm amicable with people, and I've had closure conversations because they needed it. I'm not a person who needs closure, right? But one of my exes asked me, she was like, why didn't you want to give it another chance, and this, that, and the third? And I said, because there's no man that's good enough for you. She said, well, what do you mean by that? There is no man good enough for you. Name a box I didn't check. She said, oh, well, I mean, now that I think about it, you checked all the boxes. I said, right. So if I checked all your boxes and you still had we need to talk, and you still had to, nitpick about something, and you still wanted to, you get what I'm saying? You can't be satisfied. Good enough ain't good enough. And that's why you have a lot of women who have all this rationale, all this reasoning. They articulate themselves well. They smart. They explain. And it all just comes around to nobody that I have come across was good enough to me. That could be a problem. Some women need to adjust what good enough is, or understand that complacency isn't a bad thing. Contentment isn't a bad thing. The term is literally called settling down, but nobody wants to do the settling. It's called settling down. You're supposed to settle. There's always going to be an option that looks shinier, a little bit better, a little bit doper. Nah, I chose this one. I chose it 20 years ago, and I'm still right here. Yeah, this one look good over here. Yeah, it's being made available to me. Yeah, but I chose this one. I'm cool. It's called settling down. The women have taken the settling out of settling. They don't want to nothing. Okay, so if you're not gonna settle on something, and your analogy to the cars, I know people who only lease vehicles because they like switching it up. They like switching it up. And that's what these women are on now. They end up in one way or another, roundabout over the span of years, just doing the ding dong gymnastics. It was this man for 3 months. It was this man for a year. It was this man for 2 years. It was this man for 6 months. I took a little hiatus. I was celibate for this long. They spin around. They look back. They 50, and it's just a whole bunch of history of trial, error, and penises.
Carfax. Carfax.
That's what ended up
well,
happening.
those men that are getting married, some of them are still out there doing what they do too. So we're not gonna take men off the thing, because I have known exes who have gotten married, but they still out here hoeing in the streets too. You still sliding in my DM. And I'm like, sir, you just was on the picture with your newborn baby. So we're not gonna do that to women.
There's different types of men in this world. Them the type you like, because I promise you, not one of my exes could say I ever tried to get back. Ever. I've never dated the same woman twice. I've never tried again. When we in it, I'm gonna give it every opportunity to work. Once it's over, it is over.
Well, I have no talking about trying it again back with your ex, but I'm just saying, seeing my exes, oh yeah, you're married, you got kids, but you still out here in the streets.
Yeah, we gonna do that. Do you understand? You don't date women.
Dog the women out and say they doing a gymnastics or whatever. There are some men that are doing it too.
It's not the same for us.
Just because they settle down on paper and on Facebook and Instagram, they're posting pictures with their family, but they still out here doing.
I'm gonna give you some uncomfortable truth you're not ready for. I'm sorry, souls. we gotta have this conversation. I gotta do it. It's an uncomfortable truth. I can
take it. Go for it.
You're a woman. You don't date women, so you don't know what men go through. That's fair, right? You don't date women, so you don't know. Right? So you don't know the experience of being a man in a long-term relationship with a woman. It is very, very, very stressful, and most men that cheat in long-term relationships is because of the woman. Y'all do not want to hear it. It's true. I'm telling you, dude get drove out to go get that little piece.
Women cannot be held accountable for a man making a decision to cheat. The man can make the decision to leave. If it's that bad,
he don't gotta leave. He don't want to leave. Listen. Y'all women get in funks, right? Y'all have phases where, for whatever reason, he might have made a mistake, but it's taking you hella long to forgive him. But he gonna hang in the box with you. But guess what? His knees. Shout out to Joe Jet. He from the classic chat. What's going on, Joe?
He's a classic cadet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we here. We here.
So a player cheats in peace, but women cheating isn't it? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Joe Jet is
absolutely.
A cadet.
Absolutely. And this the thing though. Here's the thing though. Women could actually resolve the issue of their men stepping out if they would understand that they the reason why men step out. If a woman would exactly, and that's why you never fix it, because you won't admit that you're the problem. You'll never fix it. If a woman actually embrace, damn, if I'm consistent with giving my man morning head, 3 to 5 days a week, if I'm consistent, even I may not like them every day, but if I can find 3 out of 7 every week, I'm giving you real game. If I can find 3 out of 7 every week and be consistent, if I can make sure that his sack stay empty and his mind stay on the fact that he got something good going on. If I can make sure I can fit in 3 to 4, we with the modern adjustments, we'll make the modern adjustments. We don't need you to cook every day, but if I can make him a home cooked meal 3 days a week, and he can have leftovers from that meal the days in between, just small things. No. It's not a crazy planet, because guess what?
Yes, it is. Because it sounds like women have to do all of this to try to keep a man satisfied because we're the problem.
No, we do it. When y'all piss us off, we still say I love you. When y'all piss us off, we still gonna come pull up and you caught a flat tire. Even though we had a knockdown, drag out argument, you catch a flat tire in the morning, we gonna drop everything and come save the day. Absolutely. Even though you pissed us off, even though you was talking crazy last night, we don't stop being who we need to be in your life, in the services that we need to provide for you, because our emotions are fluctuating. When y'all emotions fluctuate, y'all freeze men out. You ain't gave him no coochie in 2 months. You've been giving him an attitude here and there. You called him out his name once or twice. He's trying to forgive you. And then when you circle back around to being happy, you want him to snap back into it. No, he got him a little side something now. It took too long. He got him a little side something now. And if you come to the reality of that, then you would know that even though your emotions fluctuate, you still got to perform your duties. You stay on that, then he don't have
to on both sides.
Hey, fellas, y'all here disagree with me. Disagree with me, guys.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hey,
I think it's funny because Alyssa, you kind of answered everything he said when you were giving your spiel, because you said that the gentleman had a family, he was posting pictures, but then he was still hitting you up, right? Most men only go where they're welcome. Most men
ain't no man welcome with me. They see me post a pretty picture and like, let me talk to her.
No, I'm not saying you in general, but just let me give you.
I'm not going to accept that I'm the reason a man decides to cheat. You have two choices. If you need to go cheat, don't be with me. It's that simple. You don't have to stay somewhere where you are not feeling valued, where you are not feeling appreciated. Don't stay there. Be a man and say, hey, this ain't for me. I'm gonna go and explore my options with all these available women out here.
I'm telling you, I don't think men explore options. I think men explore what's available to them. Like that's how I look at it. I feel like men, for instance, right? If a man gets a family, right, they get married and y'all used to date. I ain't talking about you, listen. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically, yeah. Because I'm not saying all of my exes are no, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying like hypothetically, let's say if I was dating someone, and then once we break up, I get married, and now I'm posting my family, I'm posting my wife, and then this lady continues to like my stuff. That lady is showing that she's still available. Because once you leave,
can't like.
Let me finish.
Well, let me stop liking people.
You can't. Hey, I'm gonna just say,
when I leave somebody,
married,
I leave you.
You can't like somebody else's picture.
Yeah, I leave you. I block you, and I do everything. Like I don't. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. We don't need to go rock back and like your pictures and stuff.
Real radio.
Go ahead.
Block. Real radio.
Yeah, we block you.
You block? What kind of toxic?
I don't care what you know. That ain't toxic.
You know what it is, listen.
Hey, it's hold
on, plug. Men know their weakness, and men are willing to.
So your ex is a weakness?
Let me explain. Women period are a weakness for men. And like Classic said, a man, we know how to solve our problem, right? Once I'm done with you, I need to eliminate you. You don't even need to be an option for me no more. You don't need to be available. I don't need to see what you're doing. I don't want to.
You see where she at right now? Look at you. What you mean? You said toxic. Look at your face.
I'm just appalled by what I'm hearing.
No, I'm saying we said blocked and you said toxic. Like no,
that's
eliminated. We eliminate.
That's a man answering this question. Yeah, like it's kind of like
eliminate all opposition.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with you no more.
Well, I have.
Hey, Joe.
I ain't answering no text.
Keep the cadets down.
I wish y'all could find all my exes, because baby, they will have nothing but good things to say about me. I ain't doing nothing like that. And David, you know, particularly one of my exes that I'm still cool with, and he the homie. Like,
hey, hold on.
David, you know me.
No, it is.
Exes can still be friends when you get past stuff that happened. Because this particular ex that I'm talking about, he did some horrible things to me. But it's called forgiveness, and move on with your life. Like,
I think you can forgive and move on. Yeah.
Forgiveness is overrated. Forgiveness is overrated.
What you mean?
Highly. It's overrated. Forgiveness is overrated. I don't forgive and I don't forget nothing. You did me wrong and you knew what you was doing when you did it. So I'm gonna remember that. I'm not, because to forgive, it means that you have to not forget, but you have to, what is it? You have to let go and not harbor any resentment. And I'm gonna resent you. Every time I think about what you did, I'm a harbor resentment. So I'm just honest about it. Forgiveness is over.
And so for me,
let's take it. I think Lissa's saying people who leave on good terms, though.
Yeah.
Well, David, the one ex that I'm talking about, that you know who I'm talking about, we didn't necessarily end on good terms, but over time, you know, we had space. And now it's like I'm forgiving it. I'm over it. I'm done, and we're cool. Like, are we hanging out? No. are we like, we're not doing nothing or nothing like that. But I mean, it's not like block X, don't ever look at me, don't talk to me, don't, you know, I mean, if I see you out at the post office, hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. You know, it's no like, it's like, oh, come, let's go meet up and do
hey, y'all women in the chat, y'all cool with that? Women in the chat, see, y'all supposed to be backing Lissa up. Y'all feel the same way?
Hell
y'all
no,
feel that way?
No, hell they don't.
I mean, people end on, you know, people experience things and handle things differently, but I guess I don't know. Like I forgive and let go of stuff because I don't want to hold on to that in my, like, let it go, move on.
In your spirit, you won't let that. You won't hold that in your spirit.
Pick it up for you when you leave.
What you was gonna say, David?
So I thought you were saying like if a man like break up, now he got kids or whatever with, you know, with another woman, and then you like DM him. For me, that would be like if I got a new woman, you can't hit me up like my pictures, because the way I'm gonna look at it, like if I'm with another woman,
Jen,
the moment you do that, it can open a door where, okay, first it's a like, then it might be a comment, then it might be a DM, then we might get to, you know, like you say, running into each other. But that's based off of if I'm with a new woman. If I'm with a new woman, nah, I ain't really like. You can look at my social media. Well, I ain't really on there, but I ain't liking shit. I ain't liking shit. I ain't clicking on those stories.
What you hear, Alyssa, from all the men is that we all understand our weaknesses. So we all know that once it's over, we must eliminate this person from our lives.
I mean, hey, that's understandable.
But the way, just the way I am, just, you know, still, you know, being married, it's just certain boundaries. Like with, I just said, with any woman I'm dealing with, it's just boundaries. I ain't joking about certain things.
Absolutely.
I ain't talking about certain things because I'm still a man. I'm not perfect. You know, if I get,
yes, you are, baby. You perfect.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. But
because I believe I know what Class is thinking right now.
Don't let David finish real quick.
But just basically, it can, you know, every, like, in my opinion, every affair, it don't start off just because I was just looking. It could start off we was cool, and then I just started feeling you. So I ain't even gonna let that even brew up. I'm just gonna. But that's from a married perspective. So.
And that's understandable. That's understandable.
And that's also just out of respect to my wife.
This is good
creativity. So I ain't finna be. It's just certain boundaries that I just have when I'm dealing with women outside of my marriage.
What you was gonna say, Plug?
I was just wondering if anybody believe in telekinesis. Because I know what that nigga thinking, right?
What you think he thinking?
I know what he thinking, right?
I want to hear it. Come on. I want to hear
it. I'm talking about it right before you started.
I'm sure it's something degrading about women again.
No. Why would you say that?
Because everything y'all say is degrading about women. No. Women are the problem. Women need to learn this. Women need to tolerate this. Women need to stop doing this. Women need, like,
listen, if you really believe that anything that we're saying is degrading.
Huh?
If you really believe that anything that we're saying is degrading, I would have to agree with Classic when he say you're the problem.
Well, of course, because you're a man and y'all are bashing women.
Every time,
we're just having a
You're saying the problem. You're saying women are the reason men cheat. Women are the problem. Like, what?
I didn't say that.
The young lady said,
show me a man. Show me a man cheating on his wife and he gets sex 7 days a week. Show me one, and I'll show you the first one. I got a dude named Rory with a bridge for sale.
No, I am not going to sit here and accept your poor choices is because of a woman. No,
and that's why the problem, and that's why the monogamy problem will go unresolved. Because women don't understand why men step out. And when men try to come on these platforms and tell the truth about why men step out, it is not accepted as the truth. That can't be true. I am unwilling to agree with reality. I am unwilling to agree with reality. Yes, he made the decision as a reaction to the situation and the circumstance that he had been in for too long, to the point where his grace ran out.
Get out of it then.
No, it's not. But it's not time. Why would he leave? Let's say a brother like David.
Because this person is driving you to somebody else. So
David, you
leave.
married. David, you married, right? So you have a whole empire that you've established for yourself, right? Should you? And I'm not putting nothing. I'm not putting nothing on you. I'm just using married man. Married man logic is different from I could just leave the relationship logic. Sometimes a man know when he got a good woman, but she might be tweaking for a while. And while she tweaking, that don't mean up and leave this amazing woman because she gonna snap out of it. Let me land. Good women don't mean perfect women. So all women, 100% of y'all crazy. Now call that degrading. 100% of y'all crazy by God's design. By God's design. It's this chemical called estrogen that makes y'all emotionally volatile. It's God's design. So beef with God. Don't talk to me about it. All y'all crazy. So when y'all tweaking, be it a good woman, and I know, and that's why you won't fix it. And that's why you won't fix it. The first step is admitting it. The first step is admitting it. But look,
baby, if the devil is a lie. I rebuke you, Satan.
The Bible describes the duties of a wife all day long, through and through. The Bible,
y'all have a little crazy.
The Bible describes the duties of a wife through and through. And a part of that is sexual satisfaction.
And let's talk about the duties
and a part of that, yeah, and a part of that is also being for a husband. Yeah, the duty is to lead, but he can't lead a shitty follower. You understand what I'm saying? And he can't lead. And, I'm just keeping
victim.
it. I know. No. It's not a
you talk.
Wait.
The woman just do all this stuff to the man. Wait, but listen, man just cannot make the right choices because of the woman.
But you're talking to an unmarried man with no woman problems. So with all this, I got hundreds of hours. I have hundreds of hours of content that you call misogynistic or whatever, degrading to women, and yet I don't have woman problems. With all this content that you call degrading, the issue is women who are wives and fit to be wives speak a completely different language from women who will be single and struggle in the dating market. That's just the reality of the situation. Because the women I date don't disagree with me. They get it. They get it. They get it. They like,
all the women. They can.
No. I said the women I date.
I said the women you date can agree with you, maybe because they don't want to get on your bad side, and they
because they want to be pick me.
Well, listen, I ain't got no sign up saying pick me, and I'm not struggling dating at all. So no.
Wait, didn't you? Okay.
Then I what?
None.
I'm not struggling to find no date. I'm not struggling to find a date.
I don't want to make it about you personally. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that some women get it and some women don't. And the women that get it have an easier time with sustainability with a man long term. That's it. That's all I'm saying. They have an easier time with sustainability. And the women who don't get it, look at those women, the women who do get it, like they're suffering or they're in some type of bondage. But the woman that's at the crib with their husband don't see it your way. They don't. You think I'm suffering in bondage and I'm just fulfilling the duties of a wife, and I know what the pros and cons of that are. I think a lot of times women who are single or who want marriage but have not been married or have not sustained a marriage, those women have an issue with the cons that come with the pros. They want they want all pros, no cons. You're gonna get cons with the pros. We know dealing with y'all, we can't live with y'all, can't live without y'all. If I could have it perfectly my way, I would live a completely single life and just call a woman when I need one. That's it. If I can have it my way, because it's way more peaceful than dealing with a woman day to day. As a man, I'm just being openly honest. It's way more peaceful dealing with a woman when you need one than dealing with one on a day-to-day basis because of the emotional irregulation. It's too fucking much. And a lot of times dudes be driven to a stressful point where that work wife start looking extra good. Over the course of a 40-year marriage, a 50-year marriage. Yeah, he stepped out once. Oops. Don't leave. Stay in the box. You took vows.
All right. I got a
let's do the closing remarks.
I got a question for you. Classic. Right. Let me ask.
What's up, Dad?
So are you looking to be married? Or are you good?
On paper, I don't know about that.
Because
what do you mean on paper?
The government.
Well,
it's not necessary.
One thing that you mentioned in terms of like you were talking about like men cheating or whatever is if a man was getting sex 7 days a week. I can tell you as a married man, that ain't happening.
No, it's not.
So
it's not. Yeah.
And we kind of talked about this, I think in the B. Simone one, where the number one thing that keeps a marriage together is not really going to be the sexual part. It's really going to be how you actually connect. Like, are you with somebody who you can kick it with them for a week straight and be okay with not having sex? Like, do you want to just have dinner? Do you want to just talk about your
No,
day? Do
I'm
you
not.
want,
I'm not okay with that in life in general. I'm too handsome.
yeah,
While my dick working, I'm using it flat
well,
out,
yeah, so yeah,
flat out.
so I get it, but
I'm not living life like that. I don't have to. Why would I?
well,
Yeah, we
yeah,
could
yeah,
be
well,
cool.
yeah,
We could
so
be cool enough. I'm answering your question. Yes, I can be cool. I do want to be cool with somebody to where if we don't have sex, it's not a big deal. But we also should
mhm.
not be having sex. What are we doing?
No. I
Yeah,
mean,
okay. You know what I'm
just
saying?
in my, like I say, in my marriage, we both working people, bunch of kids.
I mean, that's
Some it
reality for
don't
a
it
lot of
don't happen.
people.
It don't
That
happen
does
all the
not
time.
happen every day.
No, you don't
But
have to.
now,
No.
so I agree with you on some parts that you can have a woman that's getting on your nerves, and then another girl can be attractive just because she treats you a certain way. But on the
Mm-hmm.
flip side of that, because what I was kind of getting at is one reason why I don't cheat is because I set certain boundaries, because I know that I do have the capacity to cheat if I accept, like, because it's a bunch of women obviously that I meet on a day to day that I'm attracted to, but I
Mm-hmm.
have to keep them at arm's length. And
David,
like oh no, man, I'll give you an example. Let me give you a good example. I was at the store. I was at Walmart with my middle two girls,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a woman at the register. I'm talking to her, and she offered like to braid my girl's hair, and I actually need somebody to braid their hair. And whenever I deal with that, I always say, okay, let me get your information to my wife, because she was attractive. And she was like, well, I can just give it to you. And I was like, no, you can't. Because I know I have the capacity to be like, nah, I know I had a capacity, so I'm gonna set a boundary. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say, the point I'm making is it's not always gonna be on the woman if a man cheat, because at the end of the day, there have to be certain,
Yeah,
you have to
that's
have respect for your
asinine.
woman when she's not there. That's really
Yeah,
what it come down to.
yeah,
And so for
yeah.
me, go ahead.
No, I was gonna reply to what you said. You have to understand. I'm a person who speaks. I'm a
Walmart
person. I'm a person that speaks.
For real.
Watch out for the
Hey, Jen ain't
yeah,
wrong.
facts though. But I'm a person who speaks on the perspective of most men, right? So I've never actually cheated in a relationship, right? But I'm also not quick to be in a titled, labeled relationship, because I need to know that I'm gonna be. Here's the reality of the situation. The sex drive of one woman is normally not enough to accommodate one man. Most men have a high enough sex drive to satisfy more than one woman. That's just the reality of it. So if you choose monogamy, you're going to have to wrestle with your male nature from time to time. What I'm saying is, by indicating that women who stop fulfilling their wifely duties for periods of time and stretches of time that are beyond that man's grace, it puts your relationship in a state of vulnerability. All men have not mastered discipline. I would actually say the minority of men have mastered discipline. So when you put your relationship in a state of vulnerability by not fulfilling your duties, if he succumbs to the flesh, he's just a human being imperfect. It's just the real. So I do point back to the person who put us in the state of vulnerability. I've never seen a man whose balls stay empty running out in the streets looking at something. It's not possible. If your wife just got done with you this morning, nobody at work look good by the time you get home. Nobody. It's true. It's just true. And I'm not saying 7 days a week. That was a radical example. I'm just saying you have to be consistent. We all get busy. We all got jobs. We most people middle to upper middle class Americans, whatever, 2 people working. It happens, right? But you shouldn't be going 2 weeks a month.
No, I'm good,
You know what I'm saying?
sweetheart. I don't need help in that department, but thank you. I'm good.
That boy crazy. Hey, classic chat different. They different.
Hey, comments been going crazy.
I'm not accepting any of this. I am not the problem. I am not the reason why a man cheat. Every man that I've been with has not cheated on me. And so no, I'm not.
You wouldn't even know. All men don't get caught. Y'all. That's a fact.
Okay,
That's
so now I guess you're saying all men do cheat then.
Black men don't.
No,
cheat.
I'm not. I just said I've never cheated. I'm not even a cheating man.
So I
just
make a
understand.
statement that all men haven't cheated on me, and your rebuttal is you don't know.
You don't. I don't know that all women haven't cheated on me. I don't know that. How do I know? I can't watch somebody when they're not around. I don't know. And I'm not a detective either. I never catch
and say every man that I've met that I've dated have cheated on me. No, I'm not going to subscribe to that foolishness, and I'm not going to subscribe to the fact that that a woman is the reason why a man decides. No, you are grown. You make your own decision on your own.
All right.
And
listen, no, respectfully. Respect.
Everything to a successful relationship isn't just about physical. It isn't just about sex. And it seems like that's all what we keep talking about is cheating and a man's sexual drive and what a man needs. And
because that's why y'all leaving, right? Isn't that why y'all leaving? Because we cheat. So why would we talk?
No,
about
I never said that. I never.
Why are women leaving? 46% of women are married in America right now. We're down from 64% from the 1960s. Why are women leaving? 70% of divorces are filed by women, ethnicity aside, because you guys are unsatisfiable. A good enough is not good enough anymore. Every time I have, I'm a very, very honest man. The reason why I could be honest is because I don't need anything from any woman. I don't need nothing from y'all. So I'm honest. And some women deal with me just because they know they're going to get the truth, right? I'm an honest man, but because I'm honest and I tell the truth about male nature, not necessarily my nature, because I've mastered discipline, but I'm talking about male nature in general. The women who be like, you know what? Yeah, I know that. I have brothers. My brother showed me, or I know that. My dad taught me about male nature. Those women be having husbands and they chilling. The women who always disagree with the reality that I express, respectfully, they're always unmarried. The women who disagree
I have married female friends who would disagree with that, and I'm going to see if I can get something. Because no, I'm not.
And their husbands are suffering. And bring the husbands too. Bring the husbands too.
I just so happen to not be married, so now your rebuttal is No, but now just because I'm not married, your rebuttal is, oh, that's why you're not married because you're not agreeing with. No, I'm not.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's what you're hearing.
Been married 4 or 5 times over now.
Right. That's my point. So why were all the men who were willing to marry you, why were none of them good enough? Out of the 4 or 5, why were none of them good enough? So because good enough is not good enough. That's my point.
That is false. Okay. No, I'm not fixing to sit here and say I did not marry all of them because I was unsatisfied. Absolutely not, sir. No.
There was something wrong. There was the truth is that we can't disagree with this. Out of all 4 or 5 or whoever they were, none of them are your husband. So they weren't good enough in some capacity. Something wasn't good enough. Something. It doesn't even matter what. The details are for you. That's none of my business. But for some reason, and it's not even about you. There's so many women. 64% of women. 64% of women finna cry themselves to sleep. 64% nationwide, all ethnicities.
64%
and it's 70%.
Ain't nobody sitting here at home crying over no man. Okay. Ain't no 64% of women doing that.
It's a results-based conversation. It's a results-based conversation, Alyssa. It's a results-based conversation. 64% of women, ethnicity aside in this country, are unmarried women. 64%. 70% of the
and you're saying all 64% are crying because they don't have men?
70% of the women in this country filed for their own divorces, okay? But women are not the problem at all. You absolutely right. And these numbers will continue to get worse because the first step is admitting it. If you have to get over alcoholism, you have to say, hey, I'm an alcoholic. If you want to get over a crack addiction, you have to say, hey, I'm a crackhead. If you want to get over sustainability issues, you have to say, I'm not sustaining because I'm not doing something right.
I'm sorry, those women hurt you, baby.
Nobody, I don't have women problems. I get because of the way women, listen, a man like me that's 6'2" and single, I benefit from this more than anybody alive. I can go outside and it's a buffet because y'all liberated, because y'all want choice, and because y'all can move like us.
Everything is physical for you.
No, it's not. I just told you,
You
I'm a
keep
man
talking
of
about all this
discipline.
physical stuff.
You're not hearing me. You disregard the things that I say that you want to disregard. I
He
just said
marry
I'm a
that
man.
man.
I just said I'm a man of discipline. I don't exercise some of the things that I'm talking about. I'm speaking to you about male nature. If you understand that I'm rare and that most men lack discipline, then you can't blame the guy that is 6'4", handsome and in shape.
Is physical.
What I'm telling you is because it's physical with women. You are one woman. I'm speaking about women in general. If you are a 6'4", handsome, attractive man, I'm 6'2" with long hair, good skin. I walk outside. I'm physically fit. I drive a nice car. I got a panoramic roof. When I pull up, I can do what I want. No, when I pull up, I can do what I want. No, I'm just saying, it's y'all made it this way. If I had all, I know, bro, I know you got to rap, but if I had it this way and I couldn't do what I want, I wouldn't be able to say this, right? So it's on women to say that's not enough for me. Y'all don't. I can do what I want. I can go outside and do what I want.
All women think that way is
no, it's not all. It's a big enough population for me not to need to sit down nowhere if I don't want to. And I'm not speaking about me. I'm saying all men who are in that position. If a man is generally attractive to women, he can do whatever he wants outside because women no longer have discipline. Because y'all liberated. Because y'all can do what y'all want with y'all box. Because being a virgin is now the goofy kid when being a hoe used to be the goofy kid.
It's not.
So you made it. We living in the environment y'all created for us. Close. If more women close the legs, more men will have to commit. Am I lying? Oh, okay. I just want to have a fact-based conversation.
No, I'm sorry you went through what you went through, love.
But
why is it always diminished to who hurt you? That's such a diminishing thing. When somebody tells the truth about women, it's a diminish because I've made women hurting you. I've made an amalgamation of amazing points here. And you would reduce it down to no. I listen. You don't have to agree with me. None of the men are disagreeing. There's a reason for that. I've made an amalgamation of amazing points here. And you would reduce it. And you would reduce it. You would reduce it down to me being emotionally inept in some way or unhealed. You would reduce all my points down to being unhealed. And I've expressed to you multiple times that I don't even live the life I'm speaking to you about. I'm talking about male nature. I understand men.
Don't nobody want no crip.
Come on now. Stop it. I ain't said nothing wrong. If you don't have the results, it's for a reason.
So we're going to conclude with this. It sounds like Classic is leaning on the facts and the numbers. Listen,
he's using numbers and facts to prove a point to him. He's using them as he wants to. Like, give me the link so I can go to it and we can really dig into this. But I'm not subscribing to women are the problem for no, absolutely not. It's two people in a relationship. And it takes two people to want to be solution focused, not just sit here and point the finger at the other person. Now, are there some things that women can take accountability for? Absolutely. But there are some things that men can take accountability for too.
Nope.
We can agree to disagree, guys. We can agree. Make sure that y'all need to go on Classic's panel. He's trying to get it's been very difficult for him to get women to come out where y'all can speak. No men ain't gonna be there, all women. I think it'd be a great opportunity for y'all to be able to
speak about what?
Speak about what y'all are seeing in Class. I'll let you.
So I'm putting together a women's panel of women who are not all like-minded, so women can talk to other women and hear the perspectives of women who are getting the results they want in the dating world, and the women who don't get the results, or just women with all different perspectives to have these conversations amongst each other without a male voice, because y'all want to disagree with us no matter what. Y'all want to disagree with me no matter what. I could say all the fact-based stuff I want. I could point out the divorce rates. I could point out all this, and y'all just going to disagree because it's a dude saying it. And I know I have to be so scorned and hurt to talk about reality. I know. But when women sit around and other women could say, nah, sis, I'm not, I mean,
it's one thing to
it's different.
Give
so
the
I just
facts.
want women to talk.
It's one thing to give statistics, but your reasoning behind it is some of the reasoning behind it, because there are some things that you have said that I said, okay, I agree with some of what you're saying, but to sit here and blame everything on a woman, but what are we to blame for?
Alyssa, what are men to blame for?
I can't just sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say a man is the problem in everything and a woman. No.
What are we? What I didn't say that. I said what? Just name two things we're to blame
in a
for.
Relationship.
Yeah. Men today, modern men. What are we to blame
that people break up vary. I can't just pinpoint and say all men do this, because first of all, to start a statistic with the statement all of anybody does something is not very a smart thing to say, in my opinion. I can't, because I don't know all men. I don't know all women. No one, even when people do surveys and they come up with these statistics, they are still just interviewing a select group of people. They cannot speak for everybody. So no, I'm not going to agree with that. There are two people in a relationship, and two people have to understand the roles that they play in the relationship not working, for whatever reason it could be. I'm not agreeing with.
I just asked for two. I just asked for two examples.
We're gonna let you agree to disagree tonight.
Hang on.
Two examples.
I want to say one thing.
Dora's like, look, I got to go.
Hey, this is gonna be real quick.
Go ahead,
in the chat, April put to answer one of your other questions. Put this a while ago, but she put the number one reason women file for divorce is emotional neglect and lack of emotional connection in a relationship. So before we go, what would you say to that?
I would say that men withdraw when they realize it only takes one time. I'm finna tell the truth. Men withdraw. Well, you got one time with most men, and first off, Alyssa, I don't think all applies to anything. So I always speak to majority, because generalities do exist, and you know that. So I only speak to majority, and if the majority is going, that's the flock. You know what I'm saying? But men generally withdraw. If there's ever a moment in a relationship where a man has to withdraw from a woman, sometimes he doesn't come back. Once that trust is broken, when he realizes this space is not safe, and it could be something small. It could be something small. The woman may not even be conscious that she do it. If he withdraws, then yeah, you may start to feel some neglect, or his energy may be shifted in other areas. And it may not always be another woman. Dude might there's men who suffer in silence all the time, but we can't talk about it because it's misogyny, right? But there's men who suffer in silence all the time. And they, instead of leaving their household, they'll move their energy. All right, I'm finna work hella overtime. Oh, I'm finna pick up a gym habit. Or some dudes sit in the car before they go in the house for an hour and have a drink and talk on Bluetooth or scroll in their phone because they just want to deal with her less. You know what I'm saying? So I would say emotional neglect does exist. And I do think men exhibit it, and it's for a reason, though. The thing that I always point out is that men are reactionary to women because women have something we want. So when you say, why do you always point back to the women? Because women give us access. We have to be granted access, which gives y'all the keys for a while. You see what I'm saying? So if women generally kind of have the control of this thing, and what they're doing with the wheel is steering funny. But if I point it out, I'm a misogynist. So I'm gonna stop talking about it, because I'm a misogynist. I hate all women because I'm talking about reality out loud.
I never said you hate all women.
No, you feel like I think women are like the total problem. No, I think that whatever percentage of the,
you verbatim said the woman is the problem.
If we disagree, put it like this: whatever part of the problem we fixed it already. We waiting on y'all to take y'all part. So whatever percentage, we don't have to agree on the percentage, but whatever percentage of the problem that y'all could go ahead and say, hey, I'll own it and fix it. And then these marriage rates will show it. But as long as y'all keep saying it ain't nothing, it ain't us, then the numbers will continue to get worse and worse and worse. And they're progressively getting worse. And once the family is extinct, y'all gonna hate what outside look like. It's gonna be very dangerous for everybody. Bunch of adults that grew up with no structure, no foundation, and a very godless belief system. Yeah, so get ready. Hope y'all in an open carry state. Nobody thinks about the fallout. They just think about themselves.
Okay.
Cool. All right, man. I think we got it. Everybody want to say where they can find you? Alyssa, you know, where they can find you?
Well, no, not yet. We got some stuff coming, but yeah, not yet. It's fine.
I will be seeing you in a couple of days there.
Yes. So. And Classic, as always, it's great to hear from you.
Hey, you look good too. I sent you a compliment earlier. You ain't say thank you, so you being rude.
I didn't see the
too.
Compliment because you probably was like, I don't know
that's
what
your problem right there. That's your problem right there. You rude.
I'm trying to be present in the conversation, and I'm trying to catch the comments, but I'm trying to stay present.
See, don't miss your blessing.
Hey, as a little brother, you better be trying to marry. I'm gonna tell you that.
I come from nothing but marriages. My parents still together, my grandparents all that.
I appreciate y'all, man. I enjoyed it. I think
It was a good time.
Yeah, and I'm not upset or anything. Like I was
definitely say that. I think
have
the
a big
most
smile on
important
my
part
face.
was this last 2 minutes that everybody gonna miss. Y'all gonna watch this and be they going back, but it's all about being able to
just
be
having a
closure,
conversation.
laugh.
Absolutely.
So
no, you need to make sure you show us laugh. They're gonna be like, woo! They're gonna be eating their popcorn.
Put the laugh in the thumbnail.
Hey David, where they can find you? Hey, David's doing some content now.
Oh yeah, just starting a YouTube channel called Takes from My Garage. I might change that name, but right now that's where you can find me.
You know, when you knew, you can change stuff up a little bit, But yeah, I'll do hey, give me the information to try out for the panel, or just put me on there.
All right, so I'm gonna take off. Y'all take it easy.
All right.
Sorry. All right, y'all. Well,
right, y'all.
Great discussion as always.
Appreciate everybody.
Hey, Norris, can you pass Alyssa my number so I can get you on the women's panel? I'm still putting it together. I'm trying to get these schedules coordinated.
Okay.
We'll do, man. We out, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right, y'all. Bye, April. Bye, Joe. Lord, baby.